if I die, I don't really have anything to follow that up with. I got not Zeus today. That's what I'm calling my server temporarily while I figure out exactly what I want to name it. I got it today in a delivery, but later on, like when I went to go Google Eyes it, I saw spiders. 2 of them to me. There's a cone on top of the server. I saw a spider on top of that cone and he went underneath the cone. Don't know where the hell he is. And then I saw another one go into where the server is. So I'm a little nervous to unload this. Plus it's like 80 pounds and, beer. So there it is. It's kind of getting dark out, so I gotta get on this. But I saw earlier today, I saw one spider. He was down there, in there somewhere. He crawling around right in that little empty space, and he crawled up in there. And I'm like, oh hell no. And then there's a spider sitting around this no stack area, and he crawled down underneath that little cone thingy. And I'm like, hell no. But I really need to get this into the house, and I can't leave it outside, so I might die. If I die, I don't really have anything to follow that up with. Oh, there's a spider, you see it? Oh, there's one right there. It's right there, look at that little motherfucker. Ah! God, die, God. Yeah. There you bitch. There you little bastard. That's me. Yeah. One down, a nest to go. There it is. Look at that. First look right there. Slice Store 1440. Okay, so I know there's at least 2 spiders in here. I know this. I've seen them. Okay? I've seen them. But I've only found one. I've killed the mofo, but I've only found one. So the question is, if I don't find this other spider, do I A, continue to unload the truck and drag this potentially spider-infested new server into my house, or B, burn the truck? B. Well, this ad makes just about as much sense as browsing the internet without NordVPN. With tons of servers, fast speeds, and with my link in the description, a huge discount, it's a little illogical to not run NordVPN. If you don't believe me, check it out for yourself. They're so confident you'll like it that you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. Make sure to click my NordVPN link in the description down below to get your discount today. Ah, damn it. All right. I have decided that I'm going to take it apart. Because there could be a nest in there, and I don't want to drag that thing in there with a nest of spitters in it. So I took off this screw. There's no other screws here, and there's no screws in the back, but I cannot figure out how to get this to come off. So this was taped. That obviously was stickered. So I want to say it slides one way and flips up, but I don't know. Orders a brand new, amazing server case and doesn't know how to open it. Yep, that about sums up my channel. Yep, can't open it. So I just put the screws back in, and I'm gonna lug this thing in and just kind of YOLO this and hope. I mean, I moved it around, flipped it over. I don't see any spiders crawling around, so, they're either inside and ready to kill me, or they're not. I'm just gonna have to risk it. Here's what came with this one. So we have a CPU Intel Xeon L5640 at 2.27 gigahertz. Let's see, 4 gigs of RAM? No, it should be, oh, okay. So 16 gigs of RAM total, and 2 NICs, gigabit network interface cards, and 1 SAS card. So, yeah. And it also has, of course, a motherboard, but that's what comes with it. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, no, okay. That was a mosquito. Looks like the reason why it wasn't coming off is because there's a freaking screw underneath this sticker. That would be why I wasn't sliding. Okay, now, see, that's what I was expecting. Oh God, there could be spiders in here. Nothing immediate. I guess that's good. All right, so it looks like 32 gigs of DDR3 RAM. You know, technically this thing works as it is, but this is not why I bought this server case. No, instead, I bought it for what's under door number 2. That is easy to open now. This is where the spiders might be, actually, so, you know. Look at that. Yes. 48 bays. 48 bays. And some really, really cheap drive caddies. Holy bananas. Look at that. It's all connected to a back plate and all to one SAS card. So that's interesting. Now, the thing is I know that this thing should be loud. Like, I know this. It doesn't, I mean, it matters, but I'm gonna mod the crap out of this. So it's not really that big of a deal. And when I say mod the crap, I mean like mod it enough to shut it up and put a new motherboard in it and probably new power supplies. I think this is, from what I saw online, the power supplies are the most, or the loudest thing in here. So yeah, this thing actually has 4 power supplies in it, and they have these little baby fans in here, and these are supposed to be the loudest, you know, part of it. And back here it has what looks like 320 millimeter fans, and then up here it has 3 more fans. So I could replace all of those with Noctua fans, and they can even be those ugly brown ones because it doesn't really matter. And back here it has like these little, I don't know what this is, little SSD tray, which I kind of like as far as having an SSD in this thing. A couple SSDs, I like that. So maybe I'm gonna cut like this, like that right there, or something. Cut something. I'm gonna be cutting the crap out of this somehow, some way, and I'm gonna put in like a standard power supply. Probably. Just because as soon as I power this thing up, I know I'm gonna like learn how loud it is. Wait, is that an IDE cable? I think that is. I think that's an IDE cable. I think this thing has IDE cables on it. Or just one. I'm fairly somewhat certain that's an IDE cable. So basically out of this entire build, depending on how loud the power supplies are, I'm probably gonna replace these. I would imagine. I think these are gonna be the loudest thing out of the whole thing. But before I replace those power supplies, I'm going to try to see how loud it would be to replace these 120 millimeter fans, which I don't have those on me, so I have to order those. But I'm gonna replace these first and then see how quiet it is versus what it is when I first power this thing on. Of course, I'm gonna use all of these caddies and the back plates here to connect to the SAS card, which is the other thing I'm gonna keep out of this. It's just gonna be this little SAS card right here. The RAM, I don't need the RAM or the motherboard or the CPUs or anything like that. So I'm gonna take all of this out, keep the SAS card, put in probably an eATX board and probably a new power supply right over there. Yeah. Overall, as far as the front of it, it looks like it's in pretty decent condition, actually. Like, I think it actually looks pretty good. I don't know what all I'm going to do with this yet, but yeah, it looks like a good starting point for what I want to make out of it. The thing about this is I was actually a little hesitant to actually make this video because although this is a new server and it is going to replace Zeus, right now officially minimally at least called not Zeus, but I'm probably gonna go with Loki, I think. But even though this is going to replace Zeus, I want to wait for Threadripper to come out, which I think is about mid-October from what I'm seeing right now. So I wanna see, you know, how it performs when all these bigger YouTubers get, you know, review samples, see how it performs, price per dollar, and I am heavily considering Threadripper, but I don't wanna make a move until I see what Threadripper can do before I consider other options. So, you know, you get a preview of the server today, but you don't actually get much more information because what's in there now is going to be stripped out, and I'm going to be modding this at least a little bit, a lot of it, possibly most of it. But you know what? I say, let's go ahead and plug this bad boy in, and let's fire it up, and let's see just how loud it is. I think it should power on with just one cable. It should. Yeah, there you go. I think this should work. Just, damn it. There we go. Just stick it in the hole. Okay, I plugged it in, it turned on, scared the crap out of me, so I unplugged it so I could plug it back in and have the camera rolling because it scared the crap out of me a little bit and it's kind of loud. And if you listen for a second, we'll have the ambient background noise of the furnace or the air conditioning running in the background. Okay, and now, let's plug this in. I think it's beeping because only one's plugged in. Well, not beeping, but it's just screaming like a beep. Okay, oh my God, this is horrible. Stop screaming. Okay. 3 of them? I had to hunt down this cable. There it is. So if all 4 of these things aren't powered up, this thing is screaming bloody murder. I'm gonna have to put a stop to that. So there you have it. It's loud. Like, it needs all 4 power supplies plugged in or it screams at you. But, I mean, it's got a little redundancy. Like, watch. You know, it's still running. You just, if you lose one, you don't have a plug for it, it's just gonna sit there and scream at you until you get a plug for it. So, you know, that's annoying. It honestly sounds kind of like a vacuum. Like, it really, it sounds like a vacuum. There's really no way around it. It's kind of loud, and as much as I want to change them out, it sounds like the power supply is not the big deal. It's all these like 120 fans. I mean, they're definitely like high flow fans. So when I swap those out, I think it's going to get a lot quieter because I feel like that's where most of the noise is coming from. Which is a little weird because I kind of thought that, you know, those little tiny power supply fans would be the loudest thing on here. I don't know. Either way, this is a nice little preview showing you what is going to be in the works. It's going to take a while to get this thing built, to pick out all of the parts that I want to, you know, use with this, what I want to strip out and take in, and how I'm going to power everything and build everything out. It's going to take a while, primarily because I'm waiting on
Threadripper, and you know, all this is kind of expensive if I really want to do it the way that I want to do it. So it's going to take a while. I feel bad teasing, but this is going to take a little bit to complete. Still though, hopefully you'd enjoy it.
Also, if you haven't noticed, links are in the description. I kind of softly started a merch store because CES is coming up. I'm really wanting to go, and I don't know if I can, you know, and then I'm buying server stuff. And, you know, basically I got yelled at enough by all my Discord people that I need merch. So I created the most basic shirts ever and a hoodie. So I make like about $8, give or take, a little bit more than $8. So, you know, check out the merch below. If you want a basic shirt with a basic logo on it, that's an option. It's a soft launch. I'm not pushing it too hard, but it's there. So everybody, thank you for watching. Hopefully you liked the little preview. More to come, lots of decisions to make, lots of shoppings to do, but Not Zeus is a thing. It's happening, it started, and now I wait for Threadripper, but it's still a thing. Thank you for watching, like, subscribe, and have yourself a great day.
Jeez.